It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Do da ba 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 da. It don't mean a thing. All you gotta do is sing. Oh, do da ba 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 da. It makes no difference if that rhythm's sweet or hot. Just give that rhythm everything you got. I said it don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Do da ba 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 da. Do da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da da. Do da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da da. So this is that moment when I'm like, where's the slides? Perfect. So that is a tune called It Don't Mean a Thing If It Ain't Got That Swing. And it was written by one of the greatest jazz composers and pianists to come out of the 1940s. But what people don't know about Mr. Duke Ellington is that he was also one of the most famous band leaders whose career spanned over 50 years. Now, as a musician who is passionate about social impact, innovation, and strategy, there are several lessons that I think about when I hear the name Duke Ellington that as a musician have inspired me and definitely had parallels during my time at Unleash in the water team and as a part of the wider community of Unleash. So the first one is that of listening. Duke Ellington is quoted with saying that the most important trait he looks for in a musician is whether he or she can listen. And this is something that defines the more seasoned and advanced musicians from those who are just starting out. As somebody like me who loves to chat, you know that listening comes with practice, with persistence, and patience. And with endurance and time, you develop an ear for that. Now, Duke Ellington was no stranger to the fact that jazz musicians in particular really treasure the ear and the act of listening. As a member of the water team, I remember many times I wanted to jump out and say a lot. And I really cherish the times when I actually said, no, Karina, pause and listen. And in doing that, I was able to identify different strengths of my peers and also of myself. Which brings me to the second one, which is identifying strengths. Duke Ellington was known for not only identifying some of the best musicians who had mastered their craft, but how well they would blend together as a group. You know, Duke Ellington was looking to develop an art form that, for jazz, was already quite diverse and full of different cultures. Jazz takes European music influences, African traditions and rhythms, and through the experience in the United States, developed. But Duke Ellington went a step further. He brought in influences from Latin America, from Asia, from the Arab world, and had a special love of Spanish music, which he brought in. And through identifying strengths of his musicians, he chose them knowing how they would blend and how they would work together. Which brings me to the third one, which is leading and following. If you've ever watched a jazz band or an orchestra, sometimes there are so many ways of communication that don't require words. It might be a gesture, a glance, a change in body language. And that actually is a form of leading and following. But because it happens so quickly, it almost seems like improvising on the spot, creating new musical ideas together as a group. And this is something that, as a member of the water team and a member of the wider community of Unleash, I found truly embodied what it means to improvise as an innovator. This group of women on this picture, we nicknamed the board, span 5 different continents, 5 different professions, and bring together this aspect of listening, of, what's the second one? Identifying strengths, and leading and following. So I implore you to bring some of these into your challenges this week, and we will definitely do another rendition of It Don't Mean a Thing later. Thank you.